We are the armies of heaven. Soldier. That's what you are in the army of Christ. You are a soldier. You don't see yourself that way? Well, you are. You're called by him, empowered by him to do the work that God's called you to do. You are part of the army of God, and when he returns, you are going to be with him. Every true, genuine believer will be with him, except those few that may remain on earth, and there may be none, except the Jews that are following him, who are going to populate the millennium. How do we know it's us? Clothed in fine linen. Where did we see that? Earlier in chapter 19. The marriage supper of the Lamb, right? White and clean. Do you know that's going to be said of you? Do you know that the Bible says that God has predestined you to be holy? Just let that sink in for a moment. God's predestined you to be without sin completely, totally. Now that's a predestination I can get behind. That God will one day have me white and clean, following him on white horses. Now, one of the questions people ask a lot, are there animals in heaven? Well, there's horses here. Now, if you can ride a cat instead of a horse, maybe you can take this cat to heaven. I don't know. I don't know whether there will be cats and dogs in heaven. I like to think so, right? Some of you guys are very attached to animals. I've lost animals to coyotes. Unfortunately, several dogs to coyotes, and bawled like a baby while I was burying them, so I understand the attachment that we have to our pets. I don't know whether they're going to be in heaven, though. I don't know. I just give you a big I don't know. But we're riding horses. It makes me wonder. Now, this is an opinion, right? This is just me thinking. Sometimes I spitball from the pulpit. I'm sorry about that. But it makes me wonder if that's not how we're going to get around throughout eternity. We're going to be cowboys in heaven. We're going to have horses. We don't have wings. The Bible never says we have wings, but we have horses. My wife said, I always wanted a horse when I was a little girl. Well, we're going to be on horses with him. And listen, Jesus said, if you are ashamed of me, I will be ashamed of you. If today, because it's unpopular to be a Christian, if today, because Christianity is called evil, and the Bible says this day is coming when people are going to call good evil and evil good, and that's happening in our day. Things that are evil, they're calling good, and they're calling Christians evil. People will say, well, Christians have done more evil in this world than anyone else. Have you ever heard of Stalin? Have you ever heard of Hitler? They say, well, the Inquisition, the Catholic Church killed many people during the Inquisition. Somewhere around 600,000. Huge number, awful, horrible. Maybe only 300,000. We're not quite sure. How many did Stalin kill? Anybody remember? 40 million. Christianity is the worst. What about atheism? How about Stalin, who was an atheist? So you get those things from atheists. The neo-atheists, Dawkins and the other ones. Sam Harris, other ones. And it's atheism that has done the greatest evil that's out there.